Are you completely over this quarantine? Because I am. I'm
Yes,
just like
yes.
over it.
I honestly didn't think it would be as bad when I first heard about it, but I was like, "Oh, no, like, we'll be chill by fall," because my birthday's in September, so I was, because it's my 21st in September, so, like, me and my team, we had a plan, we're like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna get a boat and go to Miami, we're gonna turn up," but, I don't think I'm doing that no more.
Wait. So are you a Virgo or are you a Libra?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay.
What are you?
I'm a Pisces.
Oh, okay. I like Pisces.
We're
Some
needy
of my best
fishes.
friends are Pisces. Huh?
I said we're needy fishes. No, I have a lot of friends that are Virgos, so like I know how you're feeling. You want to go up, you want to go to Miami, you want to turn up, and this quarantine just definitely like put a monkey wrench in your plans. Well, hopefully by September you'll be able to like do something. Not too wild
I know.
though.
I know. Like I was literally thinking already, because it's 4 months away. I was just like, yo, like I might as well just probably like get like an Airbnb in like the desert, like Palm Springs or something. So we're like away
Mhm.
from hella people. Just bring like me and like four of my best friends and just like turn up in the Airbnb or something.
I mean,
Just
you
to,
gotta do what you gotta do.
I know. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it good, but we'll see.
What have you been doing during this like downtime? Have you been writing music, making music, watching TV? What?
Yeah, honestly, like the first couple weeks of quarantine, I was watching this Netflix series called All American,
Hmm.
and I binge watched that, and then I bought like a Guitar Hero controller, so I started playing Guitar Hero. Like I wasn't working that much because like obviously we were all trying to figure out like how we can do this, how can Destiny promote her EP, like, so as my team was trying to get situated, I'm just over here just like watching TV, not really working that much. But yeah, but then finally a couple weeks went by, and then I got a nice little schedule. Like I'm working out, like I'm cooking at home, like doing things that I didn't have time to do before. I'm doing it now, and also like doing stuff like this. So quarantine has been okay, but I like being outside.
At
How about
100% outside skateboarding and whatnot. You mentioned cooking.
yeah.
Have you been doing a lot of cooking lately? I feel like I've been doing a lot of cooking.
Yes, I have. I've been doing like I've been learning things that about cooking that I've been scared to do, because like one thing I'm scared to do is like cook meat, like because I'm like, oh, what if I don't cook it right? What if it's still, I don't know. I be thinking too much about when it comes to my cooking, but I made, what albondigas is?
No, what is that?
Oh, well, it's a Mexican dish. It's like a soup. It's like meatballs with potatoes. You can put carrots in it, and rice. Like it's like a Mexican dish that my grandma like raised me and my cousins on. So I was like,
Hmm.
you know what? Like it's raining outside. I was like, I might as well just like call my grandma for the recipe and try it. I ended up making it, and it was bomb. So ever since then, I've just been that kind of like lit a boost under me, and now I'm willing to try like new things. So
I'm
yeah,
glad that you're in the house cooking and doing. You're probably saving so much money just like cooking your own
dude.
meals and whatnot.
Dog, I am not driving. Like my car, I have not put gas in my car for a cool minute.
And then
So
when you
yeah,
go
I'm definitely
outside, are you like
saving.
skateboarding and such?
No, I actually haven't skated for a while. But when I go outside, I just go on a run just so like I can, because I live in an apartment complex and I have a
Hmm.
balcony that doesn't get sun, like because other complexes are covering it. So like my balcony doesn't get sun. So like I wake up in the morning before it gets super hot during the day, and I go on like a 2 mile run. So I'm getting exercise and sun at the same time, kind of. Um, so yeah, I mean when I'm outside, I'm just running. I'm not really skating or anything.
Do you feel like you've been hella creative during this time?
Um, A little bit, yes, but also no. Like it's hard for me because I've been trying to write. I've been trying to think of songs for my album and stuff like that. But it's hard for me to get creative in my apartment because I just feel like, because all my stuff is here, like I'll just get distracted. Like I'll pick up my phone, I'll start going on Instagram. Like otherwise, when I'm in a studio, it's like this is my working place. Like this is my zone. Like my wheels are spinning when I'm in the studio. So it's kind of hard for me to, write here. But the studio is actually just down the street from my house. So like
Hmm.
me and like my engineer, just the two of us, like if I want to go in and create, like he'll meet me at the studio and he'll just record anything. Like so I'm able to go to the studio, just us two. So we're not around hella people. But I'm able to do that now, which is good. So I've just been doing all of that in the studio, staying creative over there.
So I've been telling people that working from home is harder than actually like
Dude,
going to a place and working
yes. Yes, it
because
is.
there's so many distractions. I feel like people don't have any boundaries. People be calling you up at like 11 o'clock at night trying to get an answer to something. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Which is
Yes, it
crazy.
sucks. It sucks. Like, even when I have early morning interviews, like if I had an interview at like a radio station, like if I had to physically leave my house to go, I'd be up, I'd be all right, I got to do this. Da, 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 I'm getting ready. But when I'm in bed and I'm just like, oh, it's just a call. Like I'm just like extra lazy, I feel like. You know what I mean? It's because like, oh, I'm just getting up
Yes.
out of bed to move to my couch. Like that's it, you know? I don't know. I don't like it. I just feel lazy.
No, I feel like this is the best thing about interviews. You don't have to get you barely have to do anything. You don't have to put on pants. I don't have on pants
I know,
right
that's
now.
facts.
You don't
That's
have to
facts.
leave the house. You can barely like do your hair and brush your teeth and do this interview. This is like
That's
that's the
facts.
positive from like this whole quarantine. What
That's
positive do you
facts.
have from it?
What positive do I have?
Yeah.
Um, I think, um, I don't know. I think for people or and myself, everybody, like, I feel like because we all have a goal, we all have a dream. And like sometimes people are just like, no, I need this now. Or at least for me, like, I'm super like, okay, we're going to do that. All right, let's go. Let's get it done. Dun, 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 dun. But people don't really have time to sit back and just like watch a show or, oh, I'm going to paint my nails or like, cause sometimes like, even when I'm so busy, like I forget to like, I forget to like wear socks or like the random things. Like I forget things, but it's nice to since everybody was working so like hard, like every second of the day, it's nice to just kind of sit back, have like kind of like a calm mental space and just like live at home for a little bit, if that makes sense. Just kind of take a break, but it's a little too long now. But like, it's nice to just have like a mental reset, if that makes sense. So I think that's my
Makes a lot
positive
of
of it,
sense.
especially
Right.
because like a lot of other artists, like I put it as like Justin Bieber. Like Justin Bieber was like doing his first tour in like years. And I don't know, I was just saying like, oh, like maybe he just has like extra time to just kind of think about his album and think about things. I mean, I don't know him, but like that's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm just like putting it into that perspective. Like we all have time to just kind of sit because we've all been working so hard and traveling and doing a lot of stuff. It's like it's time for us to just kind of live at home for a little bit and kind of just remember who we are and just kind of calm down. But then when everything starts ramping up again, we'll get back at it.
I feel like we as a society we're always go, 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 go. So maybe
We
we
are
needed this
always go,
time to
go,
just
go.
like chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally just a mental reset, dude. Just like calm down for just a second and then you could get back to the grind. I think
Absolutely.
that's good. That's good. Some people need that for real. People like deal with like anxiety and stuff. So this could be a good thing on their end.
Have you been listening to any other songs or anything like that while in the
Oh yeah, I've
quarantine?
I've been listening to Kaline's album.
It just drop? Did it just drop?
It literally dropped I think like a week or like 2 weeks ago.
How you liking that?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, she's dope. I'm a huge Kaylani fan. Like I've been a fan of her like even before like she even put out like albums on Spotify. Like when it was like Cloud 19 and she only posted it to SoundCloud. And it's cool because like she was putting out like some of my favorite projects by her when like she was my age. So like I'm like I kind of like look up to her in that sense. Like okay, dang, like she put out a fire project and she was only 19. I'm 20, but I'm just
Hmm.
like dang, that's like that's around my age. Like that kind of like inspires me to put out good projects and people listening to my stuff and loving it and, me inspiring the listeners. So
She has an amazing voice. What else are you listening to?
yeah, she does. I'm listening to Drake's new album still.
Hmm.
Um, I'm listening to, frick, what is that? I just noticed a band on where's my second phone? I don't even know where it is, but I think it's called like it's a band on Spotify. It's called like Peaches Not Trees or something like that.
Hmm.
Have you heard of it or something like
No.
that? I'm not sure if it's 100% that. Like I want to check, but like, but I just recognize them and they're fire, super fire. But
I
that's
love
pretty
that
much
you're
it.
a fan of other like musicians.
Oh yeah, of course, of
Any
course.
Billie Eilish?
Oh yeah, Billie Eilish for sure. Yep. Billy's fire. I listen to like a lot of like YG. YG and like a lot of like rap, and but then I can go to like R&B and stuff like that.
So let's talk about the new song that you got out right now, Kickin Pushin. The music
Kickin
video
Pushin.
is dope. I walk out, not you walk in the music video, and there is somebody literally breaking every dish in the house. What's that all about? What
Yeah,
story are you-
I'm gonna talk about like my personal life that inspired that part of the scene. So when I was 16, my parents got in divorce, and so I had to choose to live with my dad or my mom. So I chose to live with my mom, and so it was just me and her, and obviously we were both dealing with the fact that like I was dealing with my parents are split up after 20 something years, and I was like, okay, like I'm not used to my dad being around anymore. My mom is dealing with like her not having a significant other anymore. It was obviously a big change for the both of us. So we were frustrated, we were depressed, we were sad. And then on top of that, my mom ends up losing her job. So she doesn't have a job no more. And I was like, damn, like I need to help my mom, because I was the only person in the house to like support her. But I'm a kid. Like I'm like, is she gonna listen to me? You know what I mean? I'm like, she's dealing with such like an adult like part of her life. It's like I don't know anything about that. I don't know about unemployment and things like that. So we were just dealing with a lot of stuff financially, and we were hurting a lot. But then a couple months later, like things weren't getting better, so I kind of just went to music, and I was just like, man, like I have a gift. I'm like, what can I do to like help this situation get better? And so like I was thinking, and I was just like, maybe I can just go sing in the streets just to get some bucks. But taking it back to Kickin Pushin, like the video, the scene, the specific scene, before I get into all of that, like that scene was kind of like how I would be when I would come home from school, and my dad would drop me off at school or drop me off at home after school. And I wouldn't know, because sometimes my mom would be okay, sometimes she'd be really sad, or sometimes she'd be like, oh, like how was your day today, like super happy. But it was just that just kind of represented me. Like, so like I'm pulling around the corner on my skateboard, I'm opening the door, I'm not sure what's going on, but obviously when I walk in the house, it's a tornado, it's a mess, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like my mom's having a bad day. Like that's like obviously I seen that, but that wasn't a specific moment. Like I just did all of that to represent like our life and our trauma at the time. It was a mess. So that represented our relationship kind of, and our life. And then I walk into the kitchen, and obviously my mom's throwing things, like she's super, super aggravated and upset. And so I see her, and I just go up behind her and I hug her, just to show her like, listen, like you're not alone. Like I'm also dealing with this too, and I'm going to try the best I can to support you. We have a big family. So we had a lot of family that supported us. We had close friends that supported us. So we weren't alone, but we did feel alone just because it was just us two in the house, and it's kind of like, it felt like we were roommates in a way, like, because we were just so upset we wouldn't speak to each other. You know what I mean?
At the situation, or at what happened? Like were you upset at your parents or your mom for not trying to make it work? What were you upset at?
Yes, I was upset because I wish, because we're a Christian family, and in the Bible, like, it says divorce isn't an option, so I know my parents were trying for 2 years prior to that. They were trying and trying and trying, but I wish, obviously, like having divorced parents sucks. Like I wish they could have made it work. So yes, that was part of why I was upset. I'm just like, dang, like we just can't be a normal family. Like that's what I was aggravated about. But yeah, and I was just upset, just because I was like, I can't have you guys in the same house anymore. I can't wake up to both of my parents being in the same house anymore. So I was just dealing with that, like, dang, my life's never going to be normal anymore.
So you had a little bit of resentment towards the two.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you feel like writing this song was therapeutic? Do you think you let some of that out while writing this?
Definitely, because it took like 2.5 to like 3 years, honestly, to like completely heal from the situation. And when Kickin Pushin was coming about, like I would always tell like the stereotypes, the producers that produce the song and that I work with a lot. I was just telling them, I'm just like, yo, like this is what's going on, like da 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 da. I want to write a song like that can just like motivate people, but also like I don't want it to be a sad record. Like I need this to be like a pop-in 808, like a bunch of like hip hop type influence beats, but over a pop record, you know? And they're just like, all right. And they were like, why don't we make it like skate related or something, just to like kind of put it as a twist and not make it so regular. And I was like, okay, that's dope. And so then they brought up the Kick Push song by Lupe Fiasco. And I was just like, oh yeah, dude, that record is dope. Like, let's just go off that. And so the fact that I actually skate, you know, kicking, pushing, like you're just kicking and pushing through life, just trying to make a getaway, trying to follow your dreams and go through life and just kick through everything, all the negative like things in life, you know, that come your way. So I wanted this to just be a motivational song for people to listen to, no matter what situation they're dealing with. You know, they'll find that getaway, and you know, they'll be happy.
I bet you they're so proud right now.
Oh yeah, dude, they are.
Of what you've accomplished. What do you have next? What's next for Destiny?
Well, next is an EP. The EP is called Great Escape, and that comes out May 29th. So next Friday. That's coming out. And then I'm honestly not sure about anything after the EP, but there will be an album, probably towards the end of the year, beginning of next year. So a couple projects.
I can't wait. Well,
Thank
as soon as this quarantine is over, tell Michelle to bring you to the radio station, because I need to be.
I know. Oh my God, I need to get in a radio station ASAP. I've been watching like my old videos of like when I did like tour recaps. Like I had a videographer come with me on tour last year and like put together like 10-minute like videos of me going to all these different cities and stuff. And I've just been sitting back watching them. I'm like, damn, I'm just working, dude. I was watching like my radio interviews and like performing on the radio stations, and I'm just like, man, like
I just want to work.
I know. Wait, I was like, I want to work.
Before you go, did you shoot the music video in LA?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to know where that 24-hour taco shop was.
Oh, I see you. It was in downtown LA, but I'm honestly not completely sure like what street it was on. But I can get that to you. I can get that information to you. I'll find out.
I'm always looking for a 24-hour taco shop, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much for joining me.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me, dude. This is fun.